Fox. Let's move on to 4:25 p.m. Eastern. Buffalo Bills at Kansas City Chiefs. This is the big one. Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, Missouri, 69 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 11 miles per hour. We all remember 13 seconds. 13 seconds I was left on the clock, and it was enough time for the Chiefs. 13 seconds. This one is going to be huge. I can't wait to watch this game. I wish it was the Sunday nighter. Yeah. We have these Chiefs opening up at +1.5. They're now +3. That +3 was available at -111 at 9:30 this morning. Now that +3 is -121. Then from a totals perspective, it opened up at 54. It is now at 53.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow on this one. We have 8,284 tickets in. 63% of the tickets and 70% of the cash is on the Chiefs, and the market clearly moving towards the Buffalo Bills. Then we have 81% of tickets on the over, but just 57% of the cash. So sharp money is on the under, and it's moved a half point towards the under. The Bills coming off a complete dismantling of the Pittsburgh Steelers 38-3. They were up 31-3 at the half. Josh Allen was missing 3 wide receivers and a starting tight end. It didn't matter. He goes 20-31 for 424 yards, 4 touchdowns and a pick. He also ran 5 times for 42 yards. His 348 passing yards in the first half were tied for the second most in an NFL game since 1991. His 424 yards were the second most in team history, the most in a game ending in regulation, and he didn't even play in the fourth quarter. Gabe Davis caught 3 passes for 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. He became just the 5th NFL player since 2000 to have 2 touchdown catches of 60 or more in the same game. Stephon Diggs caught 8 passes for 102 yards and a touchdown. Rookie Khalil Shakir, 3 catches for 75 yards, first career TD. Defense got 3 sacks, 7 quarterback hits, and a pick, and this defense is getting healthier. So middle linebacker Tremaine Edmonds' hamstring did not play, but they got back defensive tackle Ed Oliver. He'd missed 3 games with an ankle injury. They got back Jordan Phillips, who missed 2 games with a hamstring injury. I know that they've been hurt badly with injuries, but they're starting to get healthier. They lead the NFL in yards per play at 6.7, but they also are giving up just 4.4 yards per play. That's the second best mark in the NFL. This team is very, very good. The Chiefs are on short rest after winning 30-29 at home over the Raiders on Monday night. Mahomes 29-43 for 292 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. MVS, Valdez-Scantling, caught 6 passes for 90 yards. McCole Hardman, 4 for 73. Travis Kelce, what a line. This is one of the craziest lines. 7 catches for 25 yards and 4 touchdowns. What a beast. Yeah. What a beast. Jerick McKinnon, 8 carries for 53, caught 2 for 19. Their defense looked vulnerable to the deep ball, and they couldn't stop Josh Jacobs, who burned them for 154 yards on 21 carries. They finished with 2 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. Defensive tackle Tershawn Wharton tore his left ACL in the game, so he's done for the year. Offensive lineman Trey Smith, pectoral muscle, was inactive. He started his first 21 games of the year. Defensive end Mike Dana and kicker Harrison Butker also were inactive. And this Chiefs team ranks 31st in opponent completion percentage. Ooh, you're playing the wrong team here. This is the big one, Andy. Bills, Chiefs, take it away.
Yeah, I thought we'd see tempered offenses last week because of maybe a bit of a look-ahead spot to this game. Obviously, the Raiders had other ideas. Kansas City wasn't afforded that option. Buffalo did pull their quarterback after a while. Was it Keenum? Keenum came in. Once you're up 38-3, I guess you can pull your boy out. I kind of just looked at it, and I tried to make a case for this to be a cagey affair early, where it's like, all right, they feel each other out, but man, these teams have played each other. These teams have played each other in the playoffs. These teams know each other, and the Bills are getting healthier, but it's still kind of a beat up defense. And what Kelce's been doing right now and what Kansas City's been able to do with the triple header of running backs, how well they ran the ball at times. And really, I haven't been super impressed with, really either team's defense. The Bills started out the season with that win at the Rams. Turns out the Rams aren't as good as we thought. The Titans are truly not a good team. The Bills put up a big one on them. The Dolphins game was an odd one. Definitely, if you go look at that box score, Bills deserve better. The Ravens game, I'm Team Ravens. I think that's a very, very good team. And then we had the blowout. So I think we could see a Bills team that gives up some points to a legitimately good offense, especially on the road here. But yeah, either one of these teams, it's once you're down, like if we get into a game script where somebody's down by 10, this over, like your under bets are kind of torched. Just feel like just what we saw. I had that team total under on Kansas City last week. But I was getting so pissed that I almost called them Oakland, that they were continuing to score. I'm like, just stop, start kicking field goals, guys. I don't need this where they score fucking 4 touchdowns in the second half, and kind of what we ended up with. So I did play an over 55 at plus money. I just said, fuck it, I'm selling it up here. And I just not worrying about a slow start, watching these offense play well. Red zone percentage has been fine. And like you said, this getting healthier, but it's still not a super buy on a defense. I think it can be good if they get healthy against the right team. There's been some injuries for both offenses and the receiver course, but it hasn't seemed to matter. So just what I saw from, honestly, like Devontae Adams is very good, but other players on the Raiders were getting open, getting separation. If that's what Devontae Adams is going to do when you have to focus in on him, I think Josh Allen's going to be just fine in this one too. So looking for a lot of points here. I'm looking for the scoreboard to be bouncing around like a pinball machine on this. I'm thinking we're going to get a lot of like passes to these running backs. I think they need to start involving all of them a lot more. They've all played so well. McKinnon's a nice spot, and Pacheco's very good too. So Buffalo rumored that they were talking to Christian McCaffrey. Imagine that. Jesus H. Chrysler on a bicycle. That's scary to think about. But yeah, I have this one ending up at about 60 points. So I bet this over.
53.5 is still available. I got minus 114 at Bet Chris. Is that there? You have that up.
I
right?
did the thing where I expanded it, and I just bet 55 at plus 104.
55 at plus 104. I
think that's what I got. Yeah, it hasn't moved, so that's what I bet.
Over 55 at plus 104. I just want to take a quick peek here very quickly at Pinnacle because they often give real nice lines when you cheat here. Let's just see quickly on the NFL slate what they're going to give us here. So let's take a second. Every penny important here when we track everything. We have the total, if I cheat it to 55 plus 105. Oh, whatever. Give you a cent there.
There we go.
All right.
Take it.
Andy is on the over 55. Is this one of the situations where we see here, 81% of the tickets are on the over, but just 57% of cash? Is this one of those spots where the sharps are trying to outsmart everybody here, knowing that the public's going to be all over this over and be on the other side, fading the public?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's a high total. You got to end up with, 8 touchdowns here. It's a lot of points, but both these teams, I've seen both of these teams put up 4 touchdowns in a quarter. I mean, it's dynamic offenses. I mean, you saw what it was at halftime in the Buffalo game, and Kansas City. God damn, I remember that Kansas City game against the Texans where they were down 24-0 and just like that. And again, it was a Tyreek Hill team. It was a different offense, but oh boy, howdy when they get going. And yeah, I don't trust either defense to be high end against. I mean, essentially your 2 front runners for MVP.
Oh, a lot of food for thought there. Great breakdown. Andy's on the over 55 at plus 105. No vig to worry about there.